What up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in with us again. I'm Mr. Hudgens.
I'm Bob, Zap Life.
Dre.
This is Conversation with the OGs. Just letting you know where we are doing this at. We're at Savvy Events on 18600 Woodward Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48203. Come on down here and see your people.
First subject, identifying life cycle.
So, give me a clear definition of what you mean by identifying life cycle. So, the dumb it down version, because we want to keep it simple for people to understand.
Well, we know what cycle is, right? Okay. So, and in life, what did you identify that repeatedly keeps happening? And then you learn from it. And you can actually state that this is something to do versus what not to do. That's identifying life cycle.
See, but when you mean by cycle, we looking for a good or a negative cycle. Because some cycles can be good, some bad.
Well, that's what you do. You take what's useful. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how we was talking a little earlier about setting up life insurance and stuff. That's a life cycle. That's something that
should be good.
We can, again, identify, because usually once you identify something, you can basically kind of like deal with it. But if you don't identify it, how is you going to deal with it? Exactly. So that's why that came to mind, because we learn things, and like we all stated, a lot of people didn't teach us a lot of things we know. We just paid attention and we absorbed it from our everyday life of just living. So that's where I'm kind of playing with right up in there. You know what I'm saying?
So you can be talking about, like, for example, like how, especially we're talking about black people in Detroit or whatever. What? Period.
Yes.
Period. Black people in America, like how to invest your money. Is that kind of like that cycle?
Yeah, that's part of it.
That's a life cycle.
That's a life cycle.
That's something that's needed.
That's needed, especially when you come from a family with a welfare mentality. A welfare mentality is just having enough to survive. Willing to take what another person or another department is willing to give you, which is enough where you can barely survive. So
also being comfortable in that state of too. Even if somebody want to do something like that for you, you know what I'm saying? The bad part to that is that you get comfortable.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? What they call that? When you get comfortable.
So I take it that's a bad thing. You don't want to be comfortable.
Well, you don't want
to be content.
You don't want to be comfortable with nothing with a ceiling to it. Because you got to think, if you was to take food stamps, and I'm talking about back in the 90s, if you took food stamps and you took the government money which pays your rent, the first thing that they tell you, it cannot be a man present in the house. So right there, that's a red flag. If you take the protector off the house, you in trouble. You don't have any protection, but you exchange your protection for their money.
That is so fucked up. But you're right. Yeah,
it's a gift,
man out the house.
It's a gift and it's a curse, to receive. And like I said, if you're one of those persons who don't mind, just keep on receiving, that part kind of hindered it. You know what I'm saying? Just like that same story about, government giving out welfare or whatever. You can't even have $10,000 in your bank account. So again, you limited. You can't even see a certain bracket or anything because they telling you this is where you gotta stay at.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And they knew at the time that wasn't right, because as time changed, they eventually started having talk of pushing people off welfare. But if you have a cycle of women that was on welfare, that's all they know, because the grandmother was telling the daughter, have kids so you can continue to get this check. Then she's telling her kid, you have to get this check. Now they talking about ending it. Now everybody what to do.
Right.
They don't have a plan for that. So now that's where selling sex coming in. So now they're creating a whole other type of market. They're creating a form of prostitution, because if you take away the only thing I do, how do I supposed to survive?
Right.
Now I'm forced to sell the only thing that I have that's mine. It's myself.
Right.
So yeah.
I feel like this, like in that situation, I'm not knocking no motherfucker that sell pussy, sell whatever the fuck you sell. I mean, it gotta be something. I mean, it got to be a temporary thing. You selling your pussy, don't just sell your pussy because this is what I'm gonna do every day. Sell your pussy to put yourself in a position, buy your house, open up a business. It's just like going. Like, I done saw a lot of strippers that, you know what I mean, came up, like in our age group. These motherfuckers got businesses going on. Some of these motherfuckers may have be in the medical field, maybe a lawyer, whatever the fuck they did. They did what they had to do at that time. You just out here selling pussy just because you want to get high, you want to pay your rent and all that shit. What the fuck happens 20 years from now when you're too old, your pussy got miles and nobody looking at you like that no more. So ain't nothing wrong, because I mean, it's the same thing with us getting out there back in the days when we was young. We had to provide by hustling and all that. That's just another form of hustle. But I mean, you gotta have an exit strategy.
Right.
This can't be, this is all I know, this is all I'm gonna do. Because like, it's always gonna be somebody younger. It's always gonna be somebody ready to replace you. So once you get old as hell, then so use that shit as a stepping stone.
So hopefully there's an OG or something explaining to these, since we talking about young ladies selling themselves, stack that money. Do something smart with that money that they make.
I would tell them not to sell a pussy at all.
But they shouldn't do it at all.
Unless it's last resort.
Right.
My thing is this: if you got some type of hustling, you can turn around, you can get you a job, you can go to at your job, you can do other shit. You got motherfuckers selling dinners at their job, selling hot dogs, selling weed, whatever the fuck. There's all type of ways of hustling. You ain't just gotta sell your pussy. Shit, save some money.
What if they on the pole instead of something?
Shit, I mean,
It's still the same.
that's actually worse because it's less like back when we was going to the strip clubs and all that shit. Niggas getting real money. Now it's cruise. Certain niggas get money, so the money's not floating like that. So now. It's on top of that, you got more women dancing because they feel like that's going to be an outlet. Right. So if you go to the titty bar, you might see back in the days, motherfucker might throw 5, 10, 20, 30,000. Now you might get a motherfucker throw $100. Like the motherfuckers I know now, they not throwing no money. Right. They going to the back, bitch. I got 200. What you talking about? Niggas ain't doing that shit no more. Niggas, all right, bitch. You want to sell some pussy? This is what it is. Right. I mean, I'm not knocking.
Well, right now, to be a dancer is almost a dead-end job.
Exactly.
You're going to struggle. I mean, once was booming, it's not booming anymore because the dancers only can set their lifestyle based off their customer base. If you got a customer coming in there spending $20, $30 with you, you can't live like a woman that got a customers coming there giving her thousands. Right. And right now, you know, the money is just not flowing like that.
What about YouTube, TikTok? Did that play any role in?
Well, that's a hustle.
That's what
play any role in getting money? Not necessarily.
That's a lot of them
brick and mortar.
Yeah, shit. You can do any type of hustle online.
Yeah, women showing their toes, they play with themselves.
OnlyFans. Now with that OnlyFans.
See, my thing is, I don't mind, again, anybody using and doing what they need to do as a step, but don't get, stagnant in it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, pussy get too old. If you selling drugs for so long, eventually you'll get caught or something. Everything is too long. It got like a beginning and an end to it. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's something to be identified. But a lot of times we in that life, we hear it so many times that the streets get the call. And, that's saying like the streets, the money, the girls, the excitement, the respect. See, when people say that one word, the streets, it ain't just that. Well, it's all those things.
That's for the man point of view, but what about women? I mean, why do women? It's
the same template. It's the same template. The template works for a hustler. Period. A hustler, a grinder, a do what you gotta do. A person is going to apply to them. Period. Man, woman, that doesn't matter.
I agree. I think it's more or less being forced in the situation because I mean, a hustler can be getting a pistol and busting a nigga over the head. It's still a hustle.
Well, again, with that hustle, that's nothing you want to do long term. See, you gotta understand. I'm not taking away from all it, but at the same time, you do know when you do certain things that there's a repercussion, and you developing a karma.
That's true.
You developing it. You see what I'm saying? When you do so many wrong things, that's just what you known for. That's your karma.
You come around, you like, man, I'm done.
Yeah, it's the karma now. At first, you was a little lightweight. You know, okay, but you got so big, now it's a karma. Now everybody feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you did it for a stepping stone and you won and ain't nothing happened, hey, you did do that.
I don't think robbery should be a stepping stone. But I was talking about selling pussy shit.
Well, it's all the same.
That's a hustle.
It's all the same.
And then you know, ain't no you know, breaking the rule or breaking the law is all the same. You know,
I don't think really selling pussy is like really no legal.
Well, go out there and buy some pussy. See what again. It's illegal here. You go to Vegas. I mean, see, the thing is, it's certain places allow you to do certain things. If you know you want to do certain things, you just got to go to that place that allow it. It's rules. It's just you gotta. If you want to play the game, you gotta play by the rules established for that particular place. Because you go to one place and the whole rule book change.
State country.
Yeah.
The government doing their zones, what they always and as a normal person, you know, anytime we view when the government gets involved in something, we say it's fucked up. Anytime.
Yeah, they legalized weed.
Anytime the government get in, it's fucked up. It's overnight.
That's
They got in the lottery. They took the lottery from them. They got in that, and it's oh man, it's messed up. You keep in, they got into the pimping game. Oh, I mean, we can keep going. We can keep going. Everything.
Yeah, because you think about it, alcohol at one point was illegal, but once they figured out a way to tax it, now it's legal. It's all about making money. Same thing with pussy, drugs. I mean, the government is the biggest drug dealer, right?
Yep.
So they found the way to legalize it. So if you selling it illegally and they not getting a cut, because that's the only thing that's making it illegal, they not getting their cut. So it's the same thing for right now. When they figure out a way how to legalize pussy and they can get a cut, it'll be legal.
And they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
But see, they embedded that so long ago in our heads. You know what I'm saying? What we gotta do to be, I guess, co-signed. You know, you can do this. Cause remember, people used to just drive. Remember, people used to just do whatever, make planes and fly them and crash right here. Remember, people used to do this stuff, right, brother? I mean, you think about this stuff. It's people who went to probably schooling for about 2 years, but still was educated. Cause you ain't gotta just go through all that. You can be educated and go to college. They done did all that stuff. Maya Angelou is a perfect example. She ain't went to no school. She self-taught herself, and she got all type of awards from the school. Look,
You said she was selling pussy.
Yeah, she's a hoe.
Man, get the fuck out of there.
So I've been saying to you, listen.
Wow.
But look, that's what you know. You said about it, but she's such a great person.
Oh, she is. But
You know what I'm saying? The stuff that she did was on a whole nother level.
Well, you got to think though, at a certain time frame, what could have women have done to make money? Only way a woman could make money, depending on how far you go back, was to sell themselves. You know, couldn't no woman
Back in the day,
Yeah, so they at the time,
Shit, they could sew clothes, bakery. They had all types of shit.
Okay, her father's not gonna let her just sit up and sew clothes when he need the fireman attended to. She got to do it. Like the woman job was to teach the woman how to be a woman, so she get the fuck out the house and go find her a husband.
That's again in a certain lifestyle.
And continue to be what her mama was.
That's under certain
that was the
religion or
cycle.
something.
So she couldn't have. Women didn't have the luxury to sit back and say, you know what? Let me be an entrepreneur. No, that's not an option.
Fact check. Women couldn't vote. She was a sex.
Wow.
Women couldn't work. Like I said, I don't know where that coming from, because women they couldn't vote. They didn't work. But I identify this. I don't know if y'all agree, but I say the black women saved our race.
What? Hell no.
Man, what are you on?
About to get you example. Please expound on that.
Hey, Theo!
Because
This nigga
look, while we was going through
the chair, man, we squeeze
getting hung and all that type of stuff, while we was getting hung and this, that, and the other, and pushed out of the home, it was the black women who kept going, who was speaking, who was marching and pushing.
I thought it was the
women.
black men, the Black Panthers. want no black women on the front headline. That's why they killing all of
The
them.
women is the ones that got the stuff done because they could. They didn't mess with the women like that.
That's not
They
true.
knocked off the men. They knocked them off for anything, but the women were able to keep it going.
The women was pregnated with white DNA. The men was they defense. The men took the beatings. A lot of things happened to the men was to protect the woman.
You hear about I'm just gonna say, you hear about somebody like saving people, taking them through the Underground Railroad. Who was that?
You want to hear each other?
Oh, who was that?
Man, that's one person. Bro. That ain't-
I'm just saying.
Listen
I'm
here,
just
man.
saying.
And I think it was some black women in black.
I'm just saying.
It was black women in black.
I'm just saying they got it done.
No, they
That's
was,
what I'm saying.
they
Because
was,
when you had to go to jail and stuff, who had to keep stuff going? Who had to keep stuff? That was the women, man.
I'm gonna tell you like this: men are the protector. Every race,
Man, you know this
every race, the man is the protector of that race. I don't care, Chinese, Russian.
Coming up in slavery, the man is scared. He had in the
Okay,
closet.
let me go ahead.
Wait for them boys to get up out of here.
How's he had in the closet when he's strapped to a log getting butt fucked? How's he in the closet? That's what happened.
Well, that's why
It was called butt. There you go. I'm telling you facts.
They fucking it.
They was fucking.
That is too.
All the
That's-
slave all the slave owners would come to this particular farm and they would strap him to a tree and all the slave owners would
And they
take
sold
him.
them.
And they would do this, and they would do this in front of the kids, the women, to show him he's the biggest and baddest slave. This is what he get.
Man, they had to kill me, dog.
Well, at that time, they just would have got your brother.
They would have
So you
did
wouldn't know nothing
that.
about
But you
you.
gotta
Yeah, you're right. They would've had-
Listen, once they let me loose, dog, it's
Your
going
brother
down.
would have been in bed, and you would have been embarrassed, and you would have shut the fuck up. That's what happened.
That was my example that I said how the man was quiet because they was getting that type of treatment.
Round two for him tomorrow.
They gotta kill me. I'd have been hanging from a tree. But I guarantee you I'd have killed one or two of them niggas before I got out.
Well,
You would have jangled them.
See, you gotta first of all, how can you get to him to kill him? You out in the field. You can't just say I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
They got all
run in the house.
that's the thing, because they got all the guns.
They
You
got all the
got to kill them with a rock.
Okay, Matt, what's my man? Matt Turner? What's my man?
You ain't got no guns.
What's the motherfucker that went? Hold on, what's
The
the slave?
overseer.
What's the slave that went through?
Are you talking about
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner?
If he able to do it, he was able to do it. They came through. They got to do it.
You do it.
You gotta have a little freedom.
Listen, it's the thing is this, bro. It's the difference. The motherfuckers beating you and all that shit in the cornfield till your feet hurt. Man, you got
breaking your
hoes,
spirit.
you got hoes, you got rakes, you got all type of tools to till the ground and all that. If a nigga tie me to a tree and these niggas take turns partying on me, nigga, somebody gotta die.
That's great.
But you got the overseer. You got the overseer sitting
I
on
know
the
I'm gonna
horse.
die.
You will kill
He's
somebody.
sitting on the horse with a gun, and soon you get out of line, he has no problem with putting one in your
As
head.
soon as he turn
When you
around
feel
to
that
another
mindset,
slave, I'm on
or
that
have
next.
to-
Okay, you gonna take off and go get the overseer? You want the
Now
overseer?
listen, if
You don't want the overseer?
you gotta kill the one nigga to get to the other.
Okay,
nigga.
so you think once you pull him off his horse, somehow you're gonna pull him off the horse and you got a rock or you got a stick and you finna do what?
I
to
can
him?
knock him out.
How many overseers you think it is to a
I
farm?
don't know. I ain't never been on no
Yeah,
slave
like
farm.
it's like 4 of them, and they can see each other. So if you over there, he's flying over there on that horse, and they finna sit behind that horse, just walk all over you. Just
Guess
walk you
what?
down.
You just told me they all got guns. If I knock this one nigga off the horse, get this gun,
How you know
I'm gonna
shoot
shoot these up.
You never shot a gun in
Nigga,
your
they
life.
sitting nigga pointing
So
at
you telling me?
I done saw the slave master shoot
Girl, it's gonna
somebody.
be a little
You gonna
noise.
tell me?
It's gonna be a little noise.
You just gonna know how to shoot
shoot
guns.
They gonna shoot you, and then it's gonna be over, and then it's gonna be somebody else.
I'd rather be
because
over
it
than a
didn't kill
nigga
nothing.
tear my asshole up tied to a
Well,
tree.
you know what,
It's
Drake?
gonna be over.
I'm gonna keep it 100. If all you know is getting your asshole torn out, that's all you gonna receive is your asshole get torn out. It's just how it was then. Now you can sit up and we can even
I
say
ain't never heard none of this
It
shit.
ain't.
What's that called? Been quick, easy, big College quarterback.
This is what the enslavers was doing to people.
It's what you did to the biggest and baddest.
So that's what
to
they
keep
just.
everybody else
That
alive.
That was the enslavers' mindset. That's
Well, you know, and you know
That's
what
how they
the
think.
wife did? The wife would sit up and go get the man with the biggest Johnsons, and she'll make him have sex for her.
They was just gay.
And then when she get impregnated by him, she'll tell he was raped by him.
They had a sense of
So you
ownership.
gotta
That's
think,
why.
you in a double
They do what they
jeopardy
want to do
situation
to you.
all the time, and that's why as a slave they was always scared. It's no way for you to win.
Bro, ain't no difference.
A million ways to lose.
Ain't no difference between us now and us then as far as being scared leaving out the house. It's more to me. It's dangerous now, more dangerous now than it was back then.
You
Have
can
you
protect
seen
yourself now.
Have you seen them slaves back?
Listen, it was one you had to worry about one motherfucker, the slave master. Now you got to worry about.
One slave
And
master.
slash, you know where it's coming from. See, back then you didn't understand it, but now you understand.
Then you got house
But
niggas.
now
You got house niggas telling your plans.
It
telling
can be your neighbor, the white guy, the police. It can be anybody right now.
But see, you talking about dealing with
You
somebody on a
got guys
situation,
that
but
can
you
fuck
know
your
who's
wife
doing it
whenever
to
you
you.
want to. You can fuck your wife whenever you want to. You can't say shit.
First off, if it was laying like that back in the days, I wouldn't even be married.
Yeah, but see, you got to think that's all you knew. But he can come, a man can come and impregnate your wife and fuck your wife whenever he feel like it, and there's nothing you can do. He can even tell you to watch. He can tell you go
talking
get
about
your
a white
wife.
man.
Yeah, he can tell you go get your wife.
The white
The white man can go tell you go get your wife so I can fuck.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you ever think we can go back to slavery?
No.
Yeah, we can.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, you got to think. It's not in law that we're free as slaves. That's what we got to vote every 40 years.
You got to be raised in that for that to work. You just all of a sudden just
can't
go
just-
to slave or I don't think it can happen.
Just like he was
This-
free.
Well, see,
When he was free,
I disagree.
it can still reverse, but it's going to take time because people are going to have to fall in line. Just like when the slaves was free, they didn't even know they was free, and they stayed on the plantation because they didn't understand it.
That's slave
So
mentality.
what it is, you can't allow the wheel to go backwards. That's why it's so important that we need, in order for us to be, us as men, we're not even considered a whole human being.
Yeah, that's about
Yeah, we're like 3/4 of a human being right now today.
Yeah, that's under someone else's doctrine. So to that, because that don't really make us
Well,
shit.
it plays a part because the courts have to go. They got law. They got rules that they can judge you on. That's why it's so hard. If you want against a white man, if you want against a white man and a black man, if you know anybody that be in and out of court, you can talk to a white man and say, "What you in here for?" He can say, "Damn, man, I got caught with a pistol." You got caught with a pistol. You got the mandatory too. He got to do 6 months and he's out. But it's confusing. How can we commit the same crime, but I got to do more time than you?
because the motherfucker that's identifying your case is gonna be looking just like him.
That's right.
All right, check this out. So I looked up buck breaking. So buck breaking, a calculated and sadistic form of public humiliation aimed at enslaved men. Slave owners use sexual violence to subdue and emasculate men who display resistance or leadership trait. This ritualistic brutality was not merely a form of individual punishment, but also a careful staged public spectacle. They said the intent was to instill fear and suppress any thoughts of rebellion among enslaved community.
Pretty much it was just all the gay dudes one party. That's ain't no other way looking at it because ain't no man that wasn't gay gonna put a slave in the middle of everybody to see.
Yeah, but you can't say.
take his ass home.
See the word gay. You got to think. If you go back to Abraham Lincoln and George Washington days, all them guys was bisexual.
I don't know. See, I don't be reading them type of books, y'all.
But I can go even further than
People
that.
praise Lincoln. Thank you.
But I can even go further than that, and I'm finna go back to the Bible. The Bible, you heard of King James Version, but nobody never even thought, who is King James? King James was a him and Shakespeare wrote the Bible,
See,
which is two of the Shakespeare is a manipulator of words. King James was a terrible person. He hated women so much he killed his own mother. But you want to set the base of your life off a manipulator and a person that hate women, and this is what you want to set the principles of your life on? How you going to study from a book and base your life off a book that you know nothing about? But when you inherit something, you don't think about what's behind it because it was given to you and you just move forward with it.
It's like a definition.
And I'm saying the same thing about that works how slavery works. Because now a lot of people gonna look up who is King James.
I'm gonna look it up, but I don't think we ever go back to slavery. The reason why we never go back to slavery is too many white, like they was trying to keep the white race pure. It's too much. It's too much. Too many white women. They want the black guys. They want the Mexicans, Chinese.
They cool and saturated.
So they it's constantly getting watered down and saturated. So one. It'll never go back. And
Well, I read.
This generation and further mentality, they'll never go back to that.
Well, I read that the sun is coming closer to the earth. So the white man is going to have to breed with the black because they need the milling in order to survive. If not, they will all die of cancer, skin cancer. So it's just a matter of time before things change anyway. It just, we probably won't see it in our lifetime, but you will have to breed with the black man, black woman eventually.
Yeah, I also heard they're going to be they're no longer going to be the majority. The way it's going, they'll be the minority.
Yeah, they're gonna be the minority behind, I believe, Spanish. They're gonna be number one. We still only make up 15% of the population.
I didn't think of that. I thought it was 12.
You might be
But
right.
that's breeding. That right there is breeding. That's kind of like different than bringing slavery back. So usually when y'all talk about slavery and stuff like that, you're talking about
We got too many access to guns and shit. I just don't see that being
right.
possible.
But you don't want no
but
race
is that something?
Right.
We're not ready for it. We're going to lose a race for it.
But is that something?
We definitely.
Is that something because we got guns compared to what the power structure have? So what I'm saying is why I do believe that well it can come back.
Slavery?
Yes.
Yes, slavery can come back.
Yes. This is my vision because I've seen this still right now. Life cycle. You pay attention to stuff, you see stuff. It happens over and over again. So what I'm saying is when you're dealing with a group of people with power, they're the ones who gonna say what is something and what is not.
Which was like Zap saying, it was a right. See, you don't want a right. You want a law. A law is permanent. Your rights can change.
Right.
They can, but you can't change law. I can look if you
But
hold,
you can. I'm speaking about the group of people. Just like, just say over in Israel or somewhere, the dictator over there is Netanyahu, right?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Over in Israel, yeah.
Dictator. He's running shit how he want to run it. You know what I'm saying? That war, he wanted the war. You see what I'm saying? He have a goal. The people is following him and their people. He got the army, the people on the side, even if they don't want it, they still getting it. You don't have a choice. Even if you got little pistols or whatever, they got rockets. You see what they did. They blow up buildings and stuff and kill everything. They blow up hospitals and stuff. And you say you don't think slavery can come back? It can come back just like that. Because you will be under. You won't know what to do if something catastrophic like that happened over here to us. We seen it. But what I'm saying is it can't happen because it's all about power. And what they want to do.
And you have to have war in order to gain anything. Things are lost and taken in war. So you have to have war. If I want to come up, I gotta put war on who I already have.
So
and they're not giving up nothing. People in power is not giving
up.
That's the whole thing.
America basically would have to almost destroy itself in order to take this bring back slavery. Because it would just the country would be like.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Well, you have slavery now. You have modern day slavery. It's going to put a mask on, just like how Zap said. It's going to put a mask. You have slavery now. If you go to the prisons, how you going to pay these guys?
Maybe by another day.
20 cents a day. Or 20 cents an hour they make. That's still slavery. It's just giving it a different name. You putting a mask on it. You know, if you got people getting raped, whenever you go to prison,
Trump said he get in office, he do want a dictatorship.
Who? Trump? Oh, he wants to be. He's jealous. Don't get you started, but he's jealous of like Mao. What's that dude over in North Korea? He wants to be a dictator.
Great, I hear.
Well, he's not smart enough.
I'm not getting into none of that.
He just want to be in power.
I see who he's aligning with. I just told you it's about a group of people with power.
But
Trump is aligning with all.
Go out and vote.
He'll be back in office. Remember the old people, the Confederate people who got power, the old judges? He's aligning with them, and you see they happy. Trump.
Because they know he's an idiot, and they know if he get in power in the United States, they from the United States. It's
He
not
know,
because
they know if he
identify
get
with
it, they identify with him. What you mean? They gonna be that group that y'all talking about.
Okay,
They
all
don't
right.
have power. They can make this be
I'm
a
just saying,
slavery
Trump-
because they going
Trump
back to
would
the
not be
same
one of them
people.
guys. Trump is
You
one
keep
of
them
them
same
guys. He
people in power,
got
same
a
thing gonna happen,
position
bro.
to voted in, but they would
They got
never
the same
accept him
mindset.
as one of them guys. He's
They
not
always
intelligent
did.
enough.
They mindset
He's a
ain't changed.
dipstick.
Yeah, and they know it, but he don't know.
Yeah,
The
he
white
don't
man mindset has not changed.
And the followers, I'm sorry, but
It has not changed.
It's still people living to
Unite
America.
because they know they can with the power. They already did it before. They already know how to do it because they did it before. So that's what's happening on.
When you say they done it for, who done what for? And what
Slavery.
was done?
Slavery. Yeah, they did it before. I'm just saying it ain't like it ain't never been done before. They did it before. I'm just saying all you gotta do is the same template. They galvanize all the people who on a like mindset with that is galvanized.
Well, we can
This
agree
don't have
to
to be
disagree.
billionaires,
I don't
millionaires,
think
the
that's
people
right.
with the power. You see what I'm saying?
So let me just transition. Hold on. Let me chime in there. I'm feeling like Dre. Y'all see it one way, me and Dre see it another way. But I'm gonna say this. This shit been floating around on all type of social medias and all that other shit. We are not our ancestors. Meaning that bullshit and that shit they ran and did to them, that shit ain't gonna fly with us. So that's just my mindset on that. I don't give a fuck about the people in the background doing the puppeteering and all that. You can have power for brute force or something different.
Okay, let me tell you like this.
They don't care
Hold on a
about
second,
that.
bro.
They got power.
Let me say this, bro. Let's say if they came,
Getting power is a
let's
lot
say they
different
did
when
the
you-
same thing to black people like they did to the Jews. They first came and just snatched up the grown people. Once we get the grown people out, your kids gonna fall in line.
Now, let me
Yo,
pause. Let me pause
your
you
brother
there.
did.
Hold on.
You gotta get the grown
Listen,
people out. And you seen it
We didn't
happen
have, it
before.
wasn't
Hitler
no telephones where we can once a motherfucker make that call, they just snatched up little Larry
They going into
and they
hiding.
about to
You going into hiding.
I'm loading up shit.
It
So
won't
soon
do
as
no
I see
good.
you on my
They'll blow
grass,
your whole block
they
up.
gonna have to do
Can
it.
I
Because
get
when I
another-
see you, I'm letting these bitches off because I know what you about to do.
No. See, you still thinking
Brute
thinking
force.
from
Can I
the
give you
hood.
another caveat?
They not coming at you. That shootout. They gonna come at you dropping a bomb on your
Yes.
whole block. They not playing with you.
Tulsa.
Tulsa, Alabama.
Do you need any examples?
Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah,
You need
they
some
not.
more?
See, you still
Malcolm
thinking
X, you need some
That was
more?
our ancestors.
Um,
It's a whole different vibe out
Not
here.
really, though,
Mac,
right? Not really.
Bro,
I'm
y'all
just
see,
saying.
y'all see, just on YouTube, just like me, all these young niggas with these fully automatic weapons.
That ain't gonna do no
come
good
here
with
some
no
Nike
money.
just shoes and Jordans and blow up the stove, man. What you talking about?
If they came with one of their planes and blew up that whole, it's one
That's
person
an
flying
easy
that
job to
plane,
talk about.
just took out a whole
So
race.
you talking about, first off, ain't too many neighborhoods where it's not no white motherfucker. So they not gonna just
It's
blow
called
up.
a casualty of war.
Casualty of war.
They gonna do some shit
They
like that.
will do it. They done it before.
And you're not rich
They done it
billionaire. Remember I told you who's making the choices? It's the same thing it's always been.
I mean, it makes-
Peasants, kings, queens, peasants.
We ain't got no kings over here. So what about the black?
Who think they view themselves as kings and queens?
If you want to go off that, you're gonna go with Elon Musk. He the one with building bunkers on the ground.
Did you see what Epstein was doing on his land?
And what happened
Now,
there?
I'm
just saying.
just showing you his mindset. You mean to tell me that's not king mindset?
Exactly.
That's what you telling me?
Exactly. The more money, we already know that shit in the hood. The more money you get, you gotta start
Peasant,
isolating
y'all
yourself.
peasants.
We know that already.
I just pull out my dick.
Bro, that's
I'm king shit.
no, that ain't king. That's
Oh.
a nigga. That's a nigga that got so much money. He feel like everybody else is inferior. Everybody. We ain't never had no Elon Musk. Hold on, watch this. We ain't never had Elon Musk's money. But when you was at your peak, the most money you had, you didn't feel like certain motherfuckers was inferior. Yes or no?
Trey.
Yes or no?
Listen. I
Turn
can feel somebody may be inferior. I can feel that way. But the thing is what you do and how you do it. I can feel a certain way.
So you saying it's about the delivery, regardless of your actions, you act on.
That's it. That
That's all
shows
you
who
got.
you is.
That's all you got.
But guess what? You're gonna be, it's hard to be the same motherfucker you was when you had $1 and $1 billion.
Well, if you ever notice, the more money you get, you become more fearful.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Money,
You don't stop
money
isolating
scares the
yourself
fuck out of you.
because you got
The
to
more
think about
you
what.
accumulate, you become your own biggest enemy because now you're going to start setting up security. I need more people.
Isolated.
There you
That's
go.
what I just said.
Money is not. If you think, look up the people that hit the lottery. Most of them people that hit the lottery is going to tell you that was the worst thing that ever happened.
That's definitely.
But then we got.
But you always they do say that. Grouping. See, maybe you rich in the wrong group.
Well,
See, you rich in a poverty-stricken area.
You fix that. You have a lot of money.
Once you get where everybody else rich, you ain't got it.
You ain't gotta do that.
You gonna fit. That's what I'm saying. You gotta
you can't
bring it where it's
you
understood.
you can't do that, bro.
How come you can't? That's what
You
you
can
do.
do it, but you won't fit.
Huh?
Rich people, first of all, you have a rich mentality. If you give a
Yes.
poor man a lot of money, that does not make him have a rich
They gonna
mentality.
say he don't belong.
Only thing he don't belong. Now, hold on, hear me
What
out.
you do is elevate the niggas around you.
There you go.
If you make if you rich and this nigga able to become rich and you put some plays together when he elevates with you, y'all still got the same mindset.
Then
You know what I mean?
being unfair because you talking about an instant millionaire.
Well, I'm talking about winning the
You just
lottery.
talking about an instant millionaire, but then you talk about people with generational wealth didn't know how to handle all that.
It's a complete difference.
So of course to what you saying because how you design it. But all I'm saying is once that person get that lottery ticket and he had time to soak into what he needed to soak into and elevate himself, which you
What do you
should
mean by elevate himself?
understand the rich game.
It don't work like
Understand
that.
what you need
It
to
don't work- it don't
be
work
in
like
this
that. He
classification.
would never be in the circle.
He about
He
to
won't even
the
sit at
party
the
start. The party start right now. I done touched 100 million. He ain't thinking about that shit. He thinking about the Lamborghini, the biggest house, the
Right,
home.
that keeps him right where we all talking in.
Exactly.
But that's where that's going to keep him. But all the guys don't do that. Some of them elevate themselves.
Some of them
do
winners.
be rich in the mind and just happen to get some money where they can actually fit in where they supposed to be. So it's how you
It's how you.
controlling the story.
Well, how you gonna navigate your way through something that's foreign to you? If it's
Take your
foreign-
time.
I don't care how much time you take, it's foreign to you. So you can take a
You
lifetime.
go on a trip, it's foreign to you, but what you do, you still walk in,
That's
you
like
still go
saying,
and walk and
that's
take your
like
time.
saying if
You don't
somebody
just
picked
run
you
through
up and dropped
You take
you
your
off
time.
in China, eventually
It's
you
going-
will learn the language.
Yes, because
But
you're
will
human.
you, hold on, will you understand the culture?
Nope.
It's going to get deeper than what you saying. You can't just come with money and say, listen, I got more money with you, so I come sit the table. They gonna say, listen here, man.
Okay.
No, you can't. You don't understand the culture.
Okay.
You don't even look the part.
You still talking about instant off the rip. You said that this
I'm
person.
telling you.
So you saying this person can't adapt and learn?
I'm telling you, he can
Okay,
adapt and
I
learn.
understand.
You can adapt and learn the lingo.
You can adapt and learn everything.
Okay,
You're
somebody got
This is what
to
we do.
give you the game. It's no different if a person came from a rich family and all he knows is school, and you dropped him right here in Detroit. You telling me this guy is going to learn everything that you know, that you lived? You lived it. He can
Now hold
He
on.
can
Now
pick
hold
up.
on.
He can pick up the slang.
Hold on.
He
He can't
he
know
can
what I
pick up
live.
the
Now,
slang.
he can't do that.
He can
He
learn
might know
places
the
to go that
the hood
but
environment.
he know the
like I know the
struggle.
hood environment.
He can't know the
He ain't
struggle.
gonna know what I know because I lived that life. But
Same
we might
thing.
pick up some of the same things in
Same
the
thing.
environment. So yes.
So I do agree with Wally with so you kind of answered that question. So if I just hit the $100 million lottery, I'm not all of a sudden just because I take a couple 6 months off, I'm not gonna know it. I'm not gonna know it. Because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but again,
But that being
it's how
said,
you arrange 6
right.
months or so. That's still like instant to me.
Let's
Right,
say
right.
10 years.
Well,
You rich.
I think yes.
You got
No, that means I'm fucked up because I don't know the game. You know how many winners, the good winners, you assume they're smart, they don't come out and claim that ticket to damn near a month later because they probably trying to get financial advisors. They could because they don't
they
know what you got to do.
That's my
They learn from the history
That's
of the
my
people
Right,
before them.
right.
That's my
So, but how many people?
Like how we do
If you
anything
if,
else,
if,
we learn.
if the
Right.
average, and the only way we can get to the truth is by number. If you say the average person hit for $100 million, the first thing they want to do is go buy them a Lamborghini.
And they gonna
And you know what? They finna go rent them a mansion.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't thinking about financial security. They're not thinking about their kids.
Right. Unfortunately.
They taking them to Disney World. That's they give. We rich now.
Right. Instead of setting up trust funds.
Man, some people might jack a quick 100,000 if they got, you know. That's cool.
You know, that's
cool.
a mindset. If you go into a say, I'm gonna jack off 100,000, you already through.
If I'm getting some millions and
It ain't the money,
I'm finna,
bro.
and
It's
I know
the mindset. The number that you throwing out and just giving somebody something to look at. It's the mindset.
I totally know that. My mindset is all clear, but I'm still gonna jack off this
I got 100 million. You know what I'm thinking about doing?
to initiate
I'm gonna go back
ever
and
do.
some units.
Because it's funny you say that. Because the Ford family, they're not gonna just go jack off.
They're not gonna do it.
Who?
The Ford
The Ford family. The Bill Gates family.
They're not.
Billion. Again, that goes back to like you said. We don't know yet. Because they'll be like, you think, of course, is 100 grand is a drop of bucket for them? Yes. But they still not gonna just go jack that off.
The numbers
listen.
don't make sense.
Hold on, listen. All of us.
And fundraiser shit, they jack off it up.
No, a fundraiser is when you buy you legally. I can buy you legally through a fundraiser. Everything you thinking that they do, they throw a dinner for you charging people $5,000 a plate.
That's what they do. That's
just to get you on your feet for something else.
The things you think they're jacking off, they're getting tax breaks.
That's right.
So they're not turning.
They're not jacking off.
First thing us being from the hood, the first thing we should be thinking about is relocation.
Yes.
For safety.
Number one.
Because once the word pull up, get out, niggas is full up.
Come up with get you some money. Everybody put some money together and look at Africa and buy you some land in Africa. Because once America say, you know what, y'all getting too powerful, they gotta deal with you.
See, now, if you ain't got to do your research on that. I watched a couple of documentaries. It's easy to get to buy that shit, but it's hard to get your name on that shit.
You're absolutely right.
So that's the trick. You can buy that shit, but you got to buy the cuckoo name or some shit.
But now that you know the history of America, don't you feel like America is yours?
I do.
I mean, we built it all back. America's ours.
I feel like I ain't going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
the people in power set it up, fucked up for us.
No.
And this is the part that we still asking to this day to get fixed.
But they
Do reparations and fix walls that they set up and fucked up for.
If you feel America is yours and you feel like the system is rigged, why you can't do nothing about it?
I say something about it. You gotta do something about it.
Right now in this day and time, is to me it's like the proudest time because I see us as black people. Remember we said how to
well, that goes back to the 400 years of slavery. The 400 years is up, so people is waking up. That's what that comes from.
I guess.
People is waking up and they see things for what it is. And
it's more of this, though. It's more of this. I see. It's more that people get engaged. Remember the people who couldn't read? Remember them? They hear college, everything. They hear. So now they can read. So now they understand the laws and stuff like this ain't right. So them people is in Congress right now fixing that shit. That's what we had to do back then. But that's what the Ku Klux Klan, all the murdering and hanging and stuff, that's what they was on to keep us out of there. So now we in there, so it's a fight. That's why you see stuff changing. That's the only reason. If you kept them white people in there, no black people had it set up how they had it set up, bro, it'd be the same thing. Bro.
Okay, let me say this.
It'd be the same thing.
Let me say this. You remember the super station, right?
910 super station.
That's right. Now, which was an outlet for black people to stay informed.
For black people.
There you go. Oh, by who?
A white Jew.
Okay, that's weird.
All right, this is what we're about to do. We're about to transition. This next topic is the complete opposite. We're gonna talk about our annual Taylor event and how did it start.
All right, Dre, you might want to kick that off.
Well, like I said, all of us grew up together. Shit, been knowing each other. Shit, 30 plus years, all our life. So as you get older, everybody got kids. Some of us may have grandkids. Everybody doing their own thing. So I was like, we don't get too much together, came up together, hustled together, did an out of time together. I mean, fought together, bled together, all type of shit. But everybody isolated, everybody chasing their own dreams. So I talked to the group of fellas, like, let's make some time at least once a year. Just sit down, just to kick it and vibe because everybody on their own path. So I kicked it with a few of the fellas. We just started doing the picnic. Came in first, everybody, kind of like a potluck situation. We went to catering.
So how was the very first one?
The call went out. The call went out. We answered that call. You know what I'm saying? That's what he really, speaking on. When that call gets sent out, we answered. Even like you, Dre, you here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen you in a while, and you here amongst us, and it just feels like home. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like we never missed the beat. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is our bond. You know what I'm saying? So we should be able to do, those things, picnics, and just like Drake, we when they talk about doing other things together, because we proven to ourselves, but not only to ourselves, but to others that we can do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We first of all, we self-sustaining. Yeah. That's real big, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else. You see what I'm saying? Right. So you got a group of guys that's self-sustaining. So we just, we want to just
we got genuine love for each other.
Wow. Yeah. So we just want to extend, some of this Taylor love to whoever we want to set.
I mean, you had a really good point. You're right. Like I haven't seen y'all in so long, but it's like not missing the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Right back in line.
Right back in line. Because we so tight and we all grew up together.
And like they say, it's funny that what's understood don't need to be said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We ain't got to call and check, even though that'd be a beautiful thing. But hey, man, for the most part, man, we know life gonna take a hold of all of us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, hey, we here, we making it. Ain't nobody like walking the streets,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
All of us, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
that's a blessing. And the piggyback, what you asked for, the first year was a success, and every year afterwards, it just got bigger and bigger. Right. And it's coming to the point now where we're thinking about we may have to move it around.
Wow.
And so that just to show you, and it's free food, it's free beer. Yeah. We like Dre said, we have also entertainment for the young.
I love to see the kids running around.
It's a blast. Everybody's invited. We not just saying it's a West Side thing, because you have East Siders also supporting.
East Siders,
West, East, out,
everybody. You may come to the Taylor Boys party, to the picnic, and you'll see somebody you ain't seen in 20 years, 30 years. That's how much it had grown.
And I could just speak from personal. I'm pretty sure I missed the first two, but man, loved it when I showed up. I couldn't believe it. It was like you said, because didn't see people over like 20
How was the food, Dre, when you came?
Oh my God, amazing. And during that time I was kind of going through this diverticulitis I was going through, so I got to be, but it's a gut thing. Yeah. But I had to nibble a little bit. But no, it was beautiful. And to see all the people I grew up with, and people I didn't, kids I grew up with, because of me not being around in a while, like, oh damn, that's Bonnie's son. Oh my God, that's Zep. Oh my God. So seeing these from babies to full grown. But it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah, we look at each other now. We are the old guys.
Right, we are the old guys.
Rest in heaven, big tree.
Yes, big tree.
We make sure our man right there with us. You know what I'm saying? He there with us.
Yes. Beautiful. Love it.
Speaking on how we just grew up, Taylor, just speak on how we grew up as kids to now.
I take to me. Well, we all always stayed pretty much in the same neighborhood. We may branched off, went 2-3 miles up the road, but still, Taylor and Lou always been the base, always been the glue. And if for whatever reason at some point in our life things is not going right, or if you confused about some things and you just want to come get some love, you can always come back to Caleb. And the guy's always there. They greet you, and that's a family. They greet you, they accept you with no questions asked, and that's my take on the tip.
So would you say it's more like a village?
It's most definitely a village.
Brothers. Oh my God. Can I chime back into the Taylor events? One, do y'all thought about having like a camera, a person, the video?
We can do more.
Y'all did that before?
Really? You never saw the video?
I didn't see none.
I'm seeing you the video right now.
Yeah.
I've seen it for all 3 years.
That's dope. All right, let's switch. That's all.
Did you see the pictures?
I think no, you gotta send me all that.
Yeah, they really put, their heart in it. I
That's
mean,
dope.
guys really went beyond
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Some guys.
I think we all did. We all did. But I'm gonna keep it real. When we first brought it up, motherfuckers wasn't good. They like, what? This gonna be like a big party or something.
Well, you got to factor in violence. It is a very violent between Dexter and Linwood.
Yeah.
So you got to factor in violence, security. But once people seen
We
what we
went
was
on
doing,
Right.
you know what, man? We
Yeah, what's
haven't
the
had
purpose?
one year where we had an altercation.
Kudos to the people in that neighborhood, the city, to all black people, beautiful to be able to get together and see no violence. It's dope. That's another thing I love.
It's not black though.
Right. And everybody's welcome. Please put the date in. When's the next one?
August 31st, 2024.
Come out. Food, drinks, things for the children. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
And I'm coming up. I always felt like, Taylor, this Taylor you have to stay right there on Taylor Street.
Yes.
That's always
Yes.
been like a safe haven.
Yes.
Not just for me, for like I said, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even people who met us on other blocks still feel
Tennessee,
more comfortable
Hazelwood,
on Taylor.
All the mother streets.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so,
That's because we protect each other.
well, you going into what my next thing, because even if you look at Taylor Street right now, you can go left to it or right to it. You see that protection that Dre just spoke of. Because we was there. We still there.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So that sacredness that I spoke of, we all feel it because we protected. You see what I'm saying? We didn't let just anything go down over there. And I think that how we speak, the Taylor guys, I think they appreciate us. They smiling down on us and they pat us on the back.
Yes.
Keep going.
See, we had Taylor always had like the OGs. Like my OG was like Greg and
Right.
They had picnics and stuff like that. So like the people on Taylor now, Mark,
We didn't even know that could move so young.
Greg was there. I know what you're talking about.
they took me, Durant, Clarence, all of them. They took. We hung out with them.
Wow.
And then like I want the generation behind us to kind of pick up
Yes.
the baton.
Yes.
Like me this year, I'm done. I'm just coming. I'm just bringing a lot of shit.
Right.
Donate my money, a little bit of time, and I'm bring my line. I'm tired. I'm over. So I'm gonna just let the young kids handle it.
Man, I like to think about how, since we kind of talk about how we grew up, man, and we always talk about how the generation today is different. Like, y'all, come on now, everything we did, outdoors, everything together.
Hey,
all
man.
of us grouped up. We used to pick up each other and go to school together and
Ride our bikes,
Hey, if you wasn't for your granddad, we listen, man. That trailer home was like the best ride ever for us. We get to get in that point, get off the block, and go somewhere, and go to the park. We don't want to go to the park, but that was the best freaking feeling. That was the best time.
I'm gonna go back a little bit even further. I don't even think you know this, but your grandmother used to like spearhead like trips out the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember that?
No.
Man, actually, I'll tell you about that. They used to spearhead like trips, and like even like the Browns, they used to have buses. Like, even like Fresh Mom used to have buses going to Cedar Point.
See,
So
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Taylor has always been there.
Yes.
And you know what? That's funny that we came around to something I've been thinking about, and I wonder y'all feel the same way. Like we the OGs, and boy, we got our mom, and we got our mom. But at the same time, boy, when you looking for some type of leadership and to show, I think Miss Ronnie, she's great. As far as to look up to, piggyback as a mom, I think that's a great, person.
Shout out Miss Ron.
Shout out Miss Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? I think she been good to us. She been good for us. And I mean, like, just like we the OGs, I think that's mom. That's
I'm gonna
that's
piggyback off of your piggyback. The day I got this date from Lily, which is Wuma, for our picnic. She used to throw a fish fry. I don't know if y'all remember that. She used to throw a fish fry every year.
Yeah.
The Saturday before Labor.
Wow.
So that's where I got that idea from.
Right.
Try to keep that little Taylor tradition going.
That's dope.
See what was instilled in us?
Yep.
We still bring it to life. You know, that's how stuff don't die.
Exactly.
Living people keep memories alive.
Like I still remember our neighbors. I used to go on their porch, Tony, Mrs. Dunn, Mrs. Martin.
No, what you did not have.
Miss Gwen.
I know what you did not go on.
Respected them.
You didn't go on Mr. Firm report.
Nope.
No, you better.
Remember Mr. Davis? His mean ass. Oh my God! But we don't go on their grass. We don't go grass.
But see, back then, that red car on your side, but close to the corner.
Back down at your house.
Oh, that was Randall, Miss Randall.
And that green
Miss Randall. Yeah, Granada.
They was me. That was me. The mean glasses.
No, she wasn't low key. Once she got to know she was.
I'm talking about it was a man. I know that.
Mr. Randall? That had to be her husband, Mr. Randall. I know exactly what you're talking about. They told Tony.
Yeah.
Right, they told Tony.
Everybody remember Mr. Farmer, right?
Okay.
Ass.
Yep.
But Mr. Farmer went. But what you didn't know, I mean,
She.
no, Mr. Farmer,
That's the one
right there.
He stepped on his grass.
And he stood right in his store.
We did him a banana.
We did him banana. And we was good kids, but we made sure we got for It was good. We ate his house up like. And Taylor was a beautiful block. Oh, Taylor, remember out the Walmart.
Everybody else's house except Mr. Farmer. Eggs, crack, anywhere. We used to go crazy. We go get them eggs early in the day from Thrifty Scott's or Safeway. I don't know why I should like walking to Safeway versus Thrifty Scott's.
That's another block walk. That was smart back then. Yeah, little legs.
I don't know. I went to Safeway. I think I like the Safeway. I probably have. I don't remember.
Because I used to go to, man, we used to hit the alleys going through the sky, though.
Remember the alley games?
Oh, God. I was like, 2 alley that's through the sky.
Beautiful days.
Yeah, this thing that we need to keep in the neighborhood too.
Yes.
You know, I think boy, you was talking about like a little ice cream parlor. You know, we need something like that. You know what I'm saying? We need something. Kids, that's a beautiful thing though. Ice cream. Our summer is short. Give them some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? We love our Dairy Queen. We was up there every day.
Yeah, but you know what we got to do? We have to own our community. See, that's the biggest thing. We have to own it. Yeah, we can't do nothing if we don't own the land. Somebody else will dictate what we can and cannot do if we don't own the land.
That's why we have town meetings and we have to have those classes, like I was saying.
Everything takes money, and people have to be willing to open up their wallet a little bit and say, you know what, you may not benefit personally from this, but with this land, this is what we can open up and do. Like you said, even if we got a storage container,
everything comes from the vision.
We can
first.
sit up here, put some lights in there, and
So
open up a penny candy store. These kids ain't never seen a penny candy store.
The vision is key. So we got the vision for it. Yeah, the money part, we have ways. You know, we can go fund it because it's a platform, or we can do other things to raise this money, or we can invite investors. All that stuff is no problem, but the main thing is the vision of it.
Well, I disagree, bro. You can't allow investors in because investors, there you go. You want to keep it.
Y'all can dissect however y'all want to. It can be investors within a whole crew, but the thing is getting the money to bring the dream alive or the vision alive. So in doing that, we can't dissect that.
And so the message we're saying, you have to own your dream, you have to own your community in order for you to be able to do anything you want to do. You can't allow outsiders to own your land and think they're going to do right by you, because now that particular time you give it them, it's a choice on them. You want to, if it's your community, you're going to do right by you.
Who's keeping this on the forefront? Who's doing that? Don't nobody just pop up with this mindset that you're talking about.
It's community driven.
Some people had it. Remember, everybody can't be kings, right?
But what I'm saying is, even with a partnership, I'm going to partnership with people that look like me, first of all, because I don't really know what the next man's agenda is.